Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name's Jeff Farris. Welcome to the Woodpeckers Model Shop. Today we're going to take a closer look at Woodpeckers joint bridges. And we've had a few questions, some comments on social media about the complication of setting these up. I'm going to show you a way to simplify that. Okay, let's get started. I don't know about you, but I have found in the shop over a lot of years that if I take the time to do a complete dry assemble, when I actually spread the glue, everything goes a lot smoother. So I really do try, don't always succeed, but I at least try to do a full dry assemble every time. And that's where you can do all the setup that's required on the joint bridges. I'm going to show you how to short circuit that just a little bit. Now in the product video, we showed setting up the joint bridges by putting one down, putting the joint together on it, putting one on the other side, and then placing the clamp on the joint bridge. And that certainly works, and that's the way you can do it. What I want to show you is a way that you can, when you're doing a larger panel and you've got a mid panel too, a way that you can put the joint bridges together with fewer clamps and a little bit faster. So instead of putting one clamp on every joint bridge, we're going to put several joint bridges together and use two clamps to hold a bunch of them. Now the way I'm going to do this is by using some scrap stock, and we're going to put the joint bridges on this. That'll also make the whole thing go a lot faster. And I'm not going to slide them around by hand. We're going to actually stick them so that they're always in the same place. And we want to do that temporarily because we don't want it to last. So what I'm going to use, we could do this with double-faced tape. And that works fine, and if that's what you've got in your shop, that's great. But another option is to do it with spray adhesive. Now this is a light-duty spray adhesive, one that isn't a permanent bond. And I'm just going to shake this up. I'm going to take all my scrap blocks and I'm going to give them a light coat. Now my joint bridges will just stick right to that and stay in place. So to make this even faster, what I'm going to do is put all the joint bridges I'm going to use in line at the same time. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to need 6 sets, 3 on top, 3 on bottom. I'm going to line that up right over one of the seams. Now we'll put the next 6 right on their seam, and then the last 6 are going to be removed a little bit because this section is a little wider. Now I'm going to take a piece of scrap here, line them all up next to each other. Now I'm going to take my stick here, line it up right over top of the bridges. Stick that one down. Okay, we've got all our cauls put together and we're ready for our dry assemble. We're just going to take a set of clamps. We'll start it down here on this end of the bench. Set it up like that and put one of our cauls in just like that. And we'll do the same thing in the middle and at this end. Just take one of my boards here and make sure that I've got them lined up about where I want them. All right, so we'll set that one on there. This one next to it. Now we'll bring the last one in, and I'm gonna take the middle caul, slip it in, and put just a tiny bit of pressure on it. Now that'll hold everything in place while we double check all the others. Put this one in. Make sure both top and bottom are centered over the joints, and then bring the clamp down. A little tension on that one. Now I want to double check my middle and make sure that everything was aligned on it. Okay, we're ready to put the lateral clamps on. So in putting the lateral clamps on, we can go from the top like this, or because of our clamping calls, we have plenty of room to slip it underneath, roll it up, and we are just about right in the middle of the screw on a parallel jaw clamp. Just about perfect placement. All right, maybe I'm being a little bit too optimistic, but that's as far as I'm going to go with my dry assemble. I don't need to put all of the lateral clamps on. I think we're good to go. Everything's coming together good. We're ready to spread some glue. So are your glue ups worth all of this OCD, attention to detail? Depends on how much you like sanding. If you like sanding and making your boards thinner than you wanted, then don't bother. But if you want to get your panels flat, have a minimum of sanding and hand planing, this is the way to do it. Use your joint bridges, keep them out of the glue. You can use the calls to save on the number of clamps you need and to speed things up. Hey folks, I appreciate you watching today. Hope you enjoyed this deep dive into our joint bridges. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know about every one of our great videos right when they come out. If you'd like more information about the joint bridges, there's a link right over here to the product video and a link down below to the website right to the ordering page. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Woodpeckers Deep Dive.